Hello all. Well, time to talk about the last Star Trek movie. Well, not the last one, but I mean the last one that came out in theaters. Well, if you know what I mean, you know. So, and that, of course, is Star Trek open bracket 2009 close bracket. Directed by J.J. Abrams, who, of course, is responsible for bringing back the Mission Impossible franchise, so there you go. So anywho, basic plot of this movie is that, well, it's an alternate reality universe sort of thing, and yeah, lots of things are different in this one. So anywho, the movie opens up with a lightning storm in space, and we get introduced to the Narada, which is piloted by Nero, played by Eric Bana, who you might remember from Ang Lee's Hulk movie. So anywho, Nero's looking for Spock Prime, played by the always awesome Leonard Nimoy. Yay! But of course, he arrives a little too early, so he has to wait around for Spock to then show up. And while that's going on, we see, well, young Spock and young Kirk, obviously doing their whole thing, and of course, then we see them as they're grown up. Adult Kirk is played by Chris Pine, who you might remember from Princess Diaries 2, and, well, the other Spock is played by Zachary Quinto, who you might remember as the guy who played Sylar in Heroes. Yep, that's him. And of course we get the other characters, including Uhura, played by Zoe Saldana, who was in Avatar. Sulu is played by John Cho from the Harold and Kumar movies, and of course, and then there's Chekhov, played by Anton Yekhlin, who was in Terminator Salvation. And Captain Pike, played by Bruce Greenwood, who I don't think was in anything I really remember. Oh no, yeah, Tyler Perry's in this movie too. That's right, I'm not kidding. Tyler Perry in a Star Trek movie. Wow. So anywho, years go by and Kirk is at Starfleet Academy along with Bones, who is played by Carl Urban, who you might remember from Xena Warrior Princess and Hercules: The Legendary Journeys. Well, I think it was in Hercules, but I can't remember. So anywho, and of course we see Kirk doing the Kobayashi Maru scenario, and we finally learn exactly how he cheated on the test and stuff like that. And of course then there's a distress call from Vulcan, so Kirk, Bones, and the others of course are assigned to, yep, the Enterprise. Let me tell you, the way the Enterprise looks in this movie is not too bad. I mean, yeah, they're trying to make it look different from what it looked like in the original series, and they did a good job of it. But I don't know, the bridge just seemed a little too bright in my humble opinion. I mean, they could have done it a little bit better, but to me, it didn't look that bad. Okay, so there you go. So, anywho, they get to Vulcan, and of course, well, Nero plans to destroy it because, according to him, Spock Prime was responsible for the destruction of Romulus, so, well, he's out to take revenge. Yep, this is a revenge story this time, folks. Why am I not surprised? But hey, at least we get the destruction of planets. Destruction of a planet rather than creation of one, like in Wrath of Khan, so there you go. So anywho, Nero's successful in destroying Vulcan. Of course, we lose Spock's mother, played by Winona Ryder, who we all remember from Alien Resurrection, the movie that sucks bad. And of course, we also see Spock's father, Sarek, played by Ben Cross, because we all know, well, Mark Leonard is, well, dead, unfortunately. So anywho, Kirk then has a plan to rejoin Starfleet and take down Nero, but Spock decides not to. And of course, they get to a fight, and of course, Kirk is left stranded on Delta Vega, where of course he meets up with Spock Prime. So Spock Prime tells Kirk to tell his basically emotionally compromise his younger self, so that way Kirk can take command and do what he does best: kick ass and take names. Oh yeah! So anywho, that goes well, and of course Nero is defeated. Of course, Kirk is made an actual captain. He relieves Pike of his command and stuff like that. And, well, that's pretty much all that happens, so there you go. Oh no, yeah, Will Wheaton is in this movie too. Yeah, he's the Romulus says, "But sir, if we ignite the red matter," yep, that's him. I'm not kidding. Yeah. Excuse me. So anywho, that's basically what happened in Star Trek open bracket 2009 close bracket. I'm gonna tell you, this movie flat out rocks. I thought it was great. I loved it. It's a nice way to bring the franchise back and make it accessible to new viewers, and it gives some, and also, well, it also makes it fresh for the old fans. So yeah, but all in all, I love this movie. I thought it was great. The casting was fantastic. The effects weren't all that bad. I thought it was actually really damn good, all things considered. And of course, I cannot wait for the inevitable sequel. Yep, that's right. There's gonna be a sequel coming out next year. So yeah, cannot wait for that. Yay! And of course, I love seeing Spock. Of course, I love seeing Leonard Nimoy back as Spock. Thought that was really great. Eric Bana's Nero wasn't all that bad, all things considered. I thought he did a really great job in the role. Chris Pine was great as Kirk. Zachary Quinto was awesome as Spock. Carl Urban as Bones was just awesome. Zoe Saldana as Uhura, great. The casting of this movie is just great. Just awesome. And of course, as I've said before, this whole thing with showing the Enterprise crew as cadets was going to be the original plot of Star Trek 6. Of course, that didn't happen. It's also going to be, but then decided, why not have that be the plot of the 7th Star Trek film? Well, instead of that, we got Generations. But thankfully, we finally got a film that showed the crew as cadets, set in an alternate universe, which was awesome. Ooh, yeah. Well, anywho, that all said and done, time to look at the film factoids. Okay. And here we go. Okay. In a UK interview with Edith Bowman on BBC Radio 1, Matt Damon mentioned that he called J.J. Abrams when he heard rumors that he was being considered for the role of Captain Kirk. The response from Abrams was very polite, no. Explained that Damon was too old for the role. Okay. Sidney Tamia Portier was auditioned for the role of Uhura. The film's teaser trailer, while Dewey was working on the half-built Enterprise starship, amidst narration from U.S. President John F. Kennedy and Leonard Nimoy's Mr. Spock, was personally directed by J.J. Abrams. Real worlders were brought in to film the trailer. The words of Spock and Kennedy were taken from the 1960s, the decade where Star Trek began, listing past and present, enhancing the film as well as hinting at the time travel. According to Robert Orsi, Kennedy's words were also chosen as if he was the one who started the space race, and so be appropriate for a space film. If we're going to have a Federation, it makes sense for Kennedy and his words to be in there. Okay. The first teaser trailer and posters for this film showed its original release date, December 25th, 2008. On February 13th, 2008, Paramount Pictures decided to push the film to May 8th, 2009, so it would have less competition and be a summer blockbuster contender. The teaser trailer was then amended to show summer 2009. And finally, Randy Pausch, a Carnegie Mellon computer science professor and Star Trek fan, who gained widespread fame as author of a Last Lecture, in which he discussed living the life of his dreams in the face of terminal pancreatic cancer, appeared as the Kelvin officer in the beginning. Pausch wrote in his blog about the experience, "I got a custom-made Star Trek uniform, I'm my own station on the bridge, I had lots of buttons and controls. I even got a line!" Excuse me. Pausch died on July 25th, 2008. His paycheck of $217.06 from working on the film was donated to charity. Wow. That's awesome. Well, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm done looking at the Star Trek films for now, so, yeah. You know, I honestly don't know what I'll be reviewing next. I mean, come on, guys. Hit me up with some reviews. Some requests that I can do. I mean, you want me to look at the Karate Kid movies? That's fine. You want me to look at, I don't know, the Batman movies? Fine. Just hit me up with something. Just something. Come on. I'm open up to any movie or TV show. No video games, please. Just something. Please. Just something. But, oh well. Until then, guys, live long and prosper. Peace out. Please send me something to review. Just something I know about. Or something I've heard about. Or something like that. But anywho, until then, live long and prosper. Peace out.